Okay, so basically, I would like to know where are you all from? I'm from Dombivli. I stay in Maharashtra. So I just would like to know where are you all from?
I'm from Delhi.
Delhi. Okay, great.
I'm also from Delhi, ma'am.
Okay, great. Awesome.
I'm from Canada.
Okay, can you repeat again, Bharti?
I'm from Odisha.
Odisha. You told me, you shared with me. Okay. All right. So before we start with our webinar, I just want you all to switch on your cameras. Why? Because it will make you more alert and it will avoid all kind of distractions that you will have throughout this session, because this is very very important. The information that I'm going to share with you, it is very important, and it is not only related to mobile but any kind of distractions that our kids will have now or in future. Okay, you can also keep your writing materials ready. Okay, I just want to know everybody's comfortable in English or you want me to use Hindi. Please let me know.
I'm comfortable either.
Either.
I'm also comfortable.
Okay, everyone, just give me thumbs up if you're comfortable with either language.
Yes, I am comfortable.
Okay, great. And third is keep an open mind, because uh, the things that I'm going to share with you all is something which we might not even realize that we are committing such mistakes in ignorance. So, no matter whatever is your understanding, but please be empathetic and compassionate about yourself, because uh, even we are not trained on parenting, nor do we know how to do it in a correct manner, and all the problems that we are seeing is only because we are not doing things in a way that they have to be done. Okay, so let us first understand from parents perspective. So whenever I meet parents one on one, or whenever I have meeting with them, I find that there are four major complaints. So one is excessive screen time. Second is they are not interested in studies. Third thing is they are aggressive, and fourth thing is they don't respect us. And obviously there are other complaints also, like they don't value money. They spend lot of, I mean, about their friends, and lot of other things are also there. But these are four major concerns that parents today have. And also according to research, uh, right now most parents, they have two major challenges. First is how to parent kids, and second is how to make them learn. So as a parent, we love our kids so much that we are always concerned that my kid should get best in life, my child should be happy, my child should be successful. So it is all about my child, my child. But in this process where we are having so much expectations for our kids, sometimes these expectations burden our kids. It puts pressure on them. And because kids are not able to express themselves, what happens is it is creating a rift between parents and kids. Though we love our kids more than anything in this world, but the message that we are giving to them is that they are not loved. So when they don't feel loved, what happens? They go out and try to find out ways where they could feel loved or they could feel pleasure. So these are the things we will discuss in detail in further sessions. So most of problem that we see nowadays is only because there is a gap in communication. Parents are not able to express their emotions completely and properly to kids. Neither kids are allowed to express themselves completely. Okay, so these are like major parenting challenges. So 71% parents complain about screen time. 80% parents complain about their kids not being interested. 90% parents are worried about the aggression, especially parents who have boys. They have this complaint a lot. And then 75% parents complain about the disrespect. where kids don't trust them, they lie to them, uh, they will answer back. So these are major parenting challenges which current parents, like after post pandemic, these are the most I would say this is the most these are the challenges that is faced most by the parents. Okay, now let us understand from child's perspective. So according to World Health Organization, one child out of four is in depression. Now we might think that we are providing everything to our kid, we are just giving them whatever is required. Then what is it that is putting them in depression? Because depression is a very later stage. If one child is in depression, definitely there is a percent of kids who are not able to manage stress. So depression is a very advanced stage, but there might be a number of kids who are in the zone of being stressed. Okay, in India, every hour one student commits suicide due to academic pressure, and most of the times this academic pressure is coming from parents. So parental pressure is biggest source of stress for students. So here as a parent, it is important for us to understand that we want our kids to do certain things. We don't want our kids to watch to play on mobiles. We don't want our kids to watch TV. We don't want our kids to do this. We don't want our kids to do that. Why? Because we want our kids to be happy and successful in future. But when we look at the present, thing is, this all things that we are doing with them is putting them under stress. Okay, if you all have any problem, if you feel any point that you have not understood, please let me know then and there, so that I can explain you that. Okay, so parents, because they want best for their kids, unknowingly they are doing things with them which is putting them in stress, and which is again a source of all the negative things that are happening with kids. Any behavior is basically geared towards positive intention. So no matter what behavior you are seeing right now, if you look at from child's perspective, it has a positive intention. If child is shouting at you, it simply means child wants to be heard. Now most of the times what we do as a parent, we will just punish a kid, we will label them, we will just name them, shame them. But what actually child wants is for you to just listen to them. So there are a lot of parenting mistakes which we are doing unknowingly, which I want you to promise me that you will avoid after these sessions. So what are those mistakes we actually see? Kids are like God's creation. They are the most wonderful creatures on this planet. Okay, and after working with them for last 8 years, I have actually felt their pain. So we as a parent, we want everything, we want best, but while giving them best, we are actually giving them wounds, a childhood wounds, which are very difficult to heal even when they grow up as an adult. So if I do a clearing session with you all, even you would find that each one of you would have your own childhood wounds which you are not able to heal even right now. And same we are doing with our kids. See, mostly what happens for us, parenting is what? Parenting simply means whatever my parents have done with me, and according to me whatever things have not worked out with me, I will change them, but I will actually adopt the entire my parents parenting pattern, correct, make some corrections, and that exactly is what I'm going to replicate on my child. And let us understand this, with changing times, it is important for us to change our parenting methods as well. So initially, if you look at 70s, 80s, even if you were graduate and all, you would a good job was guaranteed to you. But today, even if you score 90+%, there is no security for your future. There is a cutthroat competition, and we all are knowingly or unknowingly being part of it. But believe me, parents, we can actually raise happy kids, kids who are interested in learning, and it's not very difficult if we change if we change those little things in their environment. Okay, so I just want to know what you do when a child makes mistake or not listen to you. Please be honest with yourself. What do you do, or what we do when a child commits a mistake, or if they are not listening to us?
Ma'am, I want to express a few things.
Yes.
First of all, I beg your pardon for saying that a lot of the curriculum,
Hmm.
these days schools have burdened the children a lot.
Yeah.
First of all, see, I'm talking about my grandson, means whatever my daughter conveys to me, I am reproducing it.
Hmm.
So many projects. Now, my grandson is in the fifth class.
Hmm.
So many projects they have to do besides their homework. Then they have their UTIs, unit tests. Since he's gone to fifth standard, fifth grade, every week there's a UTI.
Hmm.
Everything is new to them. New things are introduced. Till fourth standard, they were assessed internally. You know, so more pressure on the kid. And if then the child, because of the lousy weather, the child comes home, then the mother says, no, you take rest for a while. If you're not fresh, you will not be able to study. You have to sleep also for some time in the afternoon after your lunch.
Correct.
Barely the kids come home by 2 o'clock. I just tell you the actual story. What I heard from you is 50% correct. I will not say it is 100% workable. No, so by 2 o'clock, the child comes home, gets fresh. By the time he eats his meal, and the mother, my daughter is also working. She's also a teacher.
Hmm.
She also comes home. Of course, by then my grandson has had his meals and all, and taken a bath and everything. And after she comes home, she also gets fresh, takes her meals, and then she of course tells him, "Ki, even I'm tired. We'll rest for a while." And they'll take a nap of maybe 1 hour or so.
Hmm.
Then sometimes he gets up in time, sometimes he's not able to wake up because he's also tired.
Correct.
Morning 6 o'clock, they have to get up, right? So, and after that, she gives him time to play around with it's a joint family, so he plays with the other kids in the house.
Hmm.
Then it's, of course, time to sit and study. She says, Ki, I give him ample time that he should feel relaxed and, okay, you watch TV also for a while, you get relaxed, be fresh. But then when it is time for study, he makes faces if the TV is switched off, if the mobile is taken away. See, the time is limited. Then again, he has to sit and study. Again, he has to sleep in time. So it is like, time has to be managed because of which the parents are concerned. If he sleeps late, how will he get up early? And if he doesn't do his homework, if he doesn't do his projects and all, of course, that will also make a lot of difference, how the teacher will point it out. So, how to, make the child understand?
We are going to
It's
discuss
very
in
difficult.
certain
It's
slides.
very difficult. Practically, it's very difficult. The
Absolutely.
child wants, yes, this is a
Absolutely.
practical problem.
That is
The
why.
schools have burdened the children a lot, many subjects, lots. Every subject teacher will give loads of work, you know. Then obviously a mother will feel, no, he needs revision. Next day a new topic will be taken up. So the teacher is going to revise the previous things and the child has to be on track. So he has to rest, he has to eat, he has to play, he has to watch TV, and he has to study.
Correct. What you
Okay.
said is absolutely correct. That this is scenario in every single home, and
Yes.
this is where I want to address certain points. That if you see the previous slide where I told that every hour one student commits suicide due to academic pressure, and because there is an academic pressure, there is another pressure which is called parental pressure. Now, parental pressure is the biggest source of stress for kids. Okay, and now this is not what I am saying. This is what a research is saying. Okay, and I'll make you understand that why this is happening with us and how we are actually caught into this vicious circle and how we can come out of it. Okay, so before we move on to next slide, I just want to know, what do we do when our kids don't listen to us or when they make mistakes?
No, when my grandson he doesn't listen, she makes it very clear to him, कि now no more. See, you've played enough, you've seen the TV, now it's time to study.
Okay.
Then it will be difficult for you because see, so many things are lined up. You have to now please shut down the TV.
Hmm.
And in joint family, where the in-laws and all, you cannot even shout much because it makes a little messy in the house. Yeah. The scene is not too good.
Yeah.
So you have to control your volume also, and at the same time see that your child listens, because you are also worried if he doesn't sit, when will he complete the work.
Absolutely, and especially parents also have a burden or a pressure.
Naturally, naturally, when she has to get up early, she leaves home by 7:15. Everything is connected.
Everything is
Then she has to do many things in the night for morning's, preparation. So many things are there.
so many things are there. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, if with this, I think this is a nuisance. The TV and the mobiles have become a nuisance. We were better off as children. We played so much outdoors.
Uh, I would agree with you, but then ultimately we have to accept fact and we have to live with what is reality.
Exactly. So I'm just telling you, I mean, if I see my childhood days, if I see my daughter's childhood days, of course, the television was there, but the mobiles had not come up till she was in maybe eighth or ninth grade. But still. And my at least my daughter was quite a studious child. We never even had to tell her to do your work. She would sit and do her work and comfortably watch one or two serials on TV. So we never had any great difficulty. But my grandson is giving a tough time. Of course, now she says he listens to me, but it's with great difficulty.
Okay.
It's not easy. I mean, you have to really make him uncomfortable and he feels gussa aa jata hai usko. But what to do? Can't help it.
But there are ways this
Hmm.
situation can be handled. I will be discussing about it shortly. Okay, yes, anybody else want to share what they do when
No, she takes him out also. She takes him out, for whatever food he likes to eat. Then she takes him to that Bumble Boom where he has his own video games and other kinds of games, so that he enjoys fully on weekends. He just not, they just don't sit at home, ki now only study. No, she makes him enjoy also fully. Either some friends come home or he goes out or some or the other kind of outing. They go for an ice cream, they go for a drive, whatever.
okay.
It's not ki it's only study
Okay,
and the parents, I
let
mean,
us stick to the question that what we do when child makes mistake and not listen to us, because otherwise if we get into this conversation it will be like 11 o'clock.
yeah, no, but I'm telling you, this is what is true. This is day to day, this thing.
Yeah.
But it's not that only she just, she's very hard on him and she loves him. She takes care of his needs and she knows which things keep him happy. She does that also. See, equally, she's balancing.
Okay, what about others?
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, I'm Manoj. Actually,
Huh.
so actually, I have aggression in my child has been more than ever before, and now he also, and actually, whatever the digital problems that you're telling, I'm able to manage most of them because I have control how much hour, how much minutes are allowed to view a particular site or any application. so that I get I could control on it. But what I have realized is that his aggression has been more than ever, and now I find it how to handle it.
Okay, fine. So let us understand where this aggression and this mobile problem and everything is coming. So basically, see what happens that whenever a child makes mistake, what we do is we either we are very stern with them, we shout at them. Sometimes, some parents they beat kids. Sometimes we actually take away things from them. So there are a lot of things that we do as a parent, knowingly, unknowingly, which puts them under stress. Okay, so what are the mistakes that parents are doing? First thing is not leading by example. So why this is important to lead by example is because I want everyone to do this. Come on, switch on your cameras, everyone, please. I'm going to do one activity with you all.
Dark, ma'am. Sorry, I won't be able to do it.
Okay, so just raise your hand. Raise your hand, everyone. Okay, and just move it around your head. Okay, do this, Archana. Okay, and kiss your chin. Kiss your chin. Okay, where is your chin? Where is your chin? It's here. Okay, so understand we all learn by seeing. Kids learn by seeing. We all have mirror neurons in our brain. Okay, so no matter how many times you tell them, they are not going to understand. They will not understand it unless and until they are seeing an example. And basically, parents, grandparents, they are authority figures for kids. So if they are seeing their parents being aggressive, their parents being loud, their parents shouting back, not being respectful to each other, that is what they are learning. Now, it's not only when they are seeing their parents, it is also when they see how their friends are behaving with their parents. So, it's not only by these things can not only come from family, but it can come from outer source as well. Now if as a parent I am leading by example, it is easy for me to convince my child. Okay, I'll give you an example. Suppose if you want to get a haircut. Okay, आप सबको हेयर कट करना है, तो आप किसकी एडवाइस लोगे? आपके दोस्त की एडवाइस लोगे या सैलून वाले की एडवाइस लोगे?
Salon. Salon.
सैलून वाले की, क्यों?
Because he is good at his job.
He is good at his job, है ना? So just understand, if a parent is not good at what he is saying, just think, will child listen to that parent?
See,
Seeing
you
that
are right.
discrepancy between what parent is doing and what parent is preaching, that child doesn't see that person as an authority. Okay, so because he doesn't see that person as an authority, that child will not listen to that parent.
So what you mean to say is ki set an example before your child.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
before you practice what you preach, right?
Yes. So I
Yes.
will give you,
But
yes.
then, yeah, but that is not the case actually. I mean, in my daughter's case, it's not like she's on the mobile and she's telling my son, my grandson not to. It's not that. It's not that.
Okay. I'll just give you an example.
Hmm.
When was first time when your grandson started using mobile?
Nah, that I don't know. I can't flash back, but maybe 5 or 6 years, maybe
Okay.
when he
And
was 5 or 6. I don't know exactly. See,
okay, no problem. Okay, second is blaming kids for their underperformance. So if kids are not able to live up to expectations, what we do is we blame kids. But understand, kids are just mirror of their environment. Whatever is in their environment, that is what they are seeing, because they are like a empty slate. Okay, So if we keep blaming kids, kids don't understand that why I am being told that, because he is just copying behavior from one of his authority figures. Okay, so this is again not going to help them. This
Yeah.
ultimately puts them into a stress mode. Punishing them. Now see, as a person, every human being is programmed to vibrate at a frequency of love. Okay, so whenever a child is born, he is uh, taught how to vibrate. I mean, he is naturally programmed to vibrate at frequency of love. And when we punish them, what happens is we are telling them you are not good enough, and if you don't do certain things, you will not be loved, you will be punished. And this is where exactly the disconnect happens. So most of the times when parents withdraw kids, like they will take away mobile immediately, or they will, stop the wi-fi. You might have seen most of the aggressive behaviors during this time when they are punished or when they are denied for certain things. So when you give them those things, they feel loved. But the moment you deprive them of those things, they feel totally unloved. Okay. So somewhere we have created this pattern for them. See, kids, they know behavior is a random behavior. Kids, before adopting any behavior, they will test it multiple times. For example, so first, a child is having food. Okay, a parent wants child to have a food and child is not hungry. Okay, so what parent does is he or she will just switch on TV or give him mobile. Now what happens, child is enjoying mobile. So now he is because he is enjoying mobile and he is having food. Now he has associated food and mobile together. Okay, and now parents work is also done. Okay, now understand, we as a human being, we are pleasure seeking machines. Okay, so now this child has understood that when if I have mobile while having food, it will be fun. So next time what he will do, he whenever he is not hungry and he wants to his parents wants to have that child food, he will ask for mobile, and then parent is like, okay, take it. Third time it will happen. Fourth time parent would be like, no, 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 this is something wrong. Okay, and now parent is frustrated and irritated because every time child wants to have food, he wants mobile. Okay, but now it is child's way of understanding that my parents love me, that's why they are giving me mobile. So one day what happens, parent just realizes that, I have taught something wrong and now I need to correct it. So what parent does is that day that parent will not give mobile to a child. So here what happens from child's perspective, child start feeling that he is not loved, because till now this child was associating love of a parent by mobile. Because what mobiles do, they give them pleasure. They are designed in such a way that it hijacks your brain. Okay, all mobile apps, they are designed in a way that it hijacks your brain, and the moment you start being on a mobile, even as an adult also, we keep scrolling. They are all designed that way. Okay, so this is how things happen. So no behavior is a random behavior. It has been, child has tested it enough number of times before adopting it. So instead of punishing child for their behavior, understand what is their intention behind that behavior, because every behavior has a positive intention. And when they have a don't have a sense of responsibility, and when we punish them, they we are actually, it's not like we are punishing them, it is like we are pushing them away from us. Okay, fourth mistake that we do as a parent is compare them with others. Every child is unique, every child has their own unique fingerprints. They all have their own unique intelligences, set of intelligences. Okay, they have different environment, they have different parents who come from different environment, they have different nurturing, they have different DNA. So comparing one child with others does not work. Okay. Then use harsh words. Okay, I just want everyone to please close your eyes. Please close your eyes, everyone. Okay, take 3 deep breaths. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Okay. Now, I'm going to use certain words. I just want you to feel their frequency. That's it. Okay. Close your eyes, everyone. I'm muting everyone. Okay. So I will be saying certain words. I just want you to feel the frequency of it. Flowers, river, beautiful, awesome, chocolates, stupid, useless. You cannot do it. Amazing, stupid, idiot. Okay. Take a deep breath and just open your eyes and share your experiences. Open your eyes and share your experiences, everyone. Okay, have I muted? I cannot hear you. Unmute yourself. Okay, Arjun, are you trying to say something? Because I cannot hear you. No? Okay, did you all do the exercise or you want me to repeat it again?
Done.
Done? Okay, so tell me, what was your experience?
See, the harsh words definitely were harsh even to listen.
Hmm.
I mean, they didn't sound good, but the other words which were quite good, such as flowers and chocolates and beautiful and awesome.
Hmm.
But of course, the other words which didn't have a very, didn't sound good, like stupid and good for nothing and you cannot do it, that didn't sound good.
Yeah,
And not even a child will also not like to listen to
absolutely.
these
But these
words.
are the kind of words we regularly use with our kids.
Mm,
Okay, words
mm.
like being lazy, being good for nothing, I have done so much for you, ungrateful. So these are just few examples of words that we use with our kids. Now just imagine these words were not even addressed for you all. They were just random words. So imagine if these words are used for a person. How much
They're not good. They're not good.
emotionally and mentally devastating it is, especially for a
Definitely.
child who doesn't understand.
Definitely.
Okay, so most parents they also use harsh words, and sometimes they are like, okay, they are very happy because we don't beat kids. Whenever uh, we just say things to kids, we don't beat them. But understand, using harsh words is even harsher than beating a child.
Definitely.
Okay,
See, because it disturbs their psyche. Nobody, even elders or children, everybody has self respect, whether it's a kid or a grown up. See,
absolutely,
we should respect kids also.
yes,
If we
absolutely,
want them to respect us, first we should learn to respect them. And
correct,
the more you're friendly to your kid, the better results.
correct.
That's what my daughter does. She's very friendly to her son. It's not that she's harsh, but then the, I mean, all these gadgets, they're really bad. They're a nuisance, I must say. You know.
Okay, next mistake that we do is
See, and when you just excuse me,
yeah,
can I add
yes,
one point?
yes,
And when you were mentioning that the child eats food with the mobile or with the TV, whatever, she makes sure that he comes at the dining table. See, because one meal in a day should be with the family.
Absolutely.
Earlier,
Eating a meal
he didn't.
itself is a ritual.
Yeah. And now, no, she has made it a point. You know, you will come to the dining table and have a meal. All sit around, the whole family sit around and have a meal. Whether you like it or no, you have to come.
Awesome. Awesome.
See, yeah. So I'm telling you because see, we all are educated. She's also
Absolutely.
educated. She's a teacher herself. She knows the right and the wrong and how to bring up a child in a healthy manner.
Correct. Okay. Now the
Yeah.
next mistake that we do is we set high expectations for our kids. Now because
No, again, I have a point.
mm,
See, even if he gets 12 or 13 out of 20, she highly appreciates him. She says, no, you've done very well. You have really done good. You know?
awesome, awesome.
Yeah. She
Okay.
doesn't dishearten him, ki, what useless marks you brought, why, what a shame, or what, these kind of words. No, no, no. She appreciates him.
There are many parents who set very high expectations. So
No,
sometimes these high expectations are very, very burdening for a child.
definitely.
Okay. Then next is
That's a reason for stress.
absolutely.
See, I am not up to my parents' expectation, right? Only I'll be loved if I bring good marks.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Even
See,
even
no
the
one is
environment wherein
silly.
I was brought in, I know how
Mm.
setting high expectation affects a psyche because uh, like when I was a child, my mother used to hit me even if I score 1 or 2 marks less.
Oh, that was so bad.
Yes, setting high expectation. Many parents, when they are
Mm.
very insecure about their child's growth or when they are insecure about
No.
their child's
You
future.
should respect your child's caliber. Should respect your child's caliber. Every child cannot get 100% marks, or every child cannot stand first in the class.
Yeah.
Of course, you can motivate your child. Kids, you have done very well.
Hmm.
But if you put in a little more effort, you can do much better. But you have done very well. First, the positive approach should be there.
Yes. Having a
It
right
can do
approach
wonders.
is very important for having for raising
Yeah.
up a child. Okay. Then not teaching them skills and values. Here I would now I'll give you an example. We all want our kids to do good in their academics, but how many of them teach them skills of how to learn? How many of them are taught skills or values, like when they are in trouble, when they are in problem, when they are in stress, how to be empathetic, how to be compassionate with others? How many of us teach our kids? Today our education system is completely based on information, and actually it's an irony because now in I would say during our days it was difficult for us to get knowledge because the source of information was just books, reference books. Okay.
Mm.
But nowadays
Mm.
information is everywhere and still these kids are burdened with lot of information. And be and let us honestly accept that whatever we have learned from 1 to 10 standard, how much do we actually connect with it? We are just studying it without having any intention to understand, without having any intention
See,
to
it
learn.
all depends on the curriculum which is, formatted in the schools. That's why they say the nowadays ki bhai in 10th and 12th, we should have such subjects which professionally, ahead a child will,
Correct.
uh, get, I mean, they will help the child in getting a
Yes.
good job, or at least a little bit of introduction to any other subject which he can master over it after the school, you know,
Yeah. So
and help in getting a job,
yes. So your
profession.
teaching a skill is very important for a child because see,
Mm.
whenever we learn something new or whenever we try something new, our brain resists that information. Okay. See, your brain is just 2% of your body weight, but it consumes 20% of total energy that is generated by your body. So it has a very limited source. So it will wisely spend energy on things that are more important, like keeping you alive. managing your organs, making sure that all functions are carried out properly. After that, whatever energy is left, it is spent towards learning. But if we start learning with negative mindset, it takes lot of energy, and when it is taking lot of energy, our brain does not allow us to learn it easily. Okay, so as a parent, it is important for us to teach our kids how to handle resistance, because no matter what you are learning, even if as an adult you try to learn something new, I'm sure we all will understand that by day fourth or fifth you will start feeling that resistance wherein you feel like giving up. Okay, and the kids, they are learning they are learning new things every single day.
See, it all depends, a teacher. Now, a teacher plays a very pivotal role over here. If a teacher makes any learning, any subject interesting, in a play way, the children will automatically get interested in it and not feel like it's a burden to learn. There are ways to teach children. Like, for example, I told you I was a nursery
So
teacher
does
for
that
25.
mean that our responsibility as parent is done?
No, I mean, a
So
parent
the
also
best
has
thing
to
to
find
do
out ways
is,
to make it more innovative and more interesting
okay,
with pictures, with examples, with some quizzes, this or that, anything to make it more interesting, not dull and drab.
understand, even if teacher makes best effort to teach kids in a best possible way, the other things that are responsible for child's learning is, does that child have an intention to learn?
That you have to motivate and see, there are not all very intelligent children in the class. So more you have to tap on those children who are not paying attention, who are seeming disinterested, and give them a chance to speak. Not that ignore them and only focus on those who are, interested or raising their hands.
I would like to differ from this. Every single child is intelligent. It is the mindset that child is carrying makes him average, below average, or the above average child. Okay, every single child can learn if he is
Definitely.
given a right strategies, right mindset. Okay, so yes,
That's why a teacher will make an effort not to make that child also learn equally well.
but
See, because every child has a caliber. It's your home background also which counts a lot, how
absolutely,
much motivation you get from a
not
home
home
front.
background makes a plays a huge role in
Definitely.
learning. Okay, so
Mm.
I have been teach see, I have always dealt with kids who are not good in learning. So when it is like extreme case, then I get those kind of kids. But believe me, after they are taught certain skills, they perform better, much better. Okay, even kids who are labeled as slow learners, they become a normal learners. They can easily score 70 plus. And if obviously if they are doing it regularly, they can even score better. So it is not that child is not intelligent. It is not about the syllabus also. It is not even about teachers. It is about, does a child have a mindset to learn? And home environment plays a major role in it. So we are going to discuss about it in further slides. Okay, so here understand, I'll give you an example. Have you ever seen dogs or kittens or any other animal hiring someone to teach skills to their kids?
No, their mothers and fathers only teach them.
They don't even teach them skills. What happens is, those puppies, those kittens, they observe their parents and they learn those skills from them.
Mm.
And human being is no different. So even if we preach them hundreds of things, child is only going to do what he is seeing in his or her environment. Many parents themselves, they don't have skills or values that are required. So like, I'll give you an example. Like, one of my student was being very harsh with his mother. When I told him, you're not supposed to talk like this with your mother, he said that my mother talks with me in a similar tone when she's angry. So do you think that that parent really has a right to preach that child to be obedient?
That's wrong. That is not done.
Setting a wrong example. Okay, so here sometimes we also have to work on ourselves in order to work with kids. Why kids did again? Okay, another big mistake that we do is we immediately withdraw. Like if child is making any mistake, what we do is we withdraw them from that. For example, if we see that okay, this kid is not having good friends, I mean their friends are not good, what we will do, we will tell this child that from tomorrow onwards you're not going to play with those kids. From tomorrow onwards you're not going to use Wi-Fi. From tomorrow onwards you're not going to use mobile. But why do we actually have this problem? Understand, in our life we will always have this two path. One path which is easy, okay, but this is what will lead you to the distraction. Today we are indirectly teaching our kids to choose this path. Ultimately what we are going to do is we are going to come back to this path today or tomorrow. Okay, this path is definitely not easy to choose, but if we train our kids to be responsible, and if they understand that this, if I choose this path and tomorrow I have to come back to here, why should I waste my time, energy and resources? Okay, so first thing that as a parent I need to deal with is a distraction. Now understand, when we do commit all these mistakes, what happens is child goes into a stress mode. Now why this? Now you might think these are little kids, we do everything that makes them happy, but still why there is a stress? So major reason, as I told you, stress is because of academic pressure, and because there is academic pressure there is parental pressure. So ultimately all this pressure is borne by a child. Okay, now when they experience this stress, they go into a fight mode, flight mode, or freeze mode. So these are only three ways in which not only kids, we also handle our stress. Now when they are in fight mode, what will they do? They will be aggressive, they will throw tantrums, they will back answer, they will talk to you in high pitch, they will bully others. Because they cannot bully their parents, they will go and bully other kids. They will be rebel, they use more of an abusive words. Okay, so these are all fight mechanism, throw things around. So if you see these are the behaviors of that your child is exhibiting, that means that child is in fight mode.
Exactly. That is what I'm saying. So, where is the remedy for this? What is the remedy? These you are saying the consequences.
I will
You know,
explain.
what you have mentioned are the consequences. But
Yes.
let us come back to the point and find out a remedy for the today's topic.
Yeah.
See,
Okay, if they are in
that is
flight
what
mode,
we really are looking
they
forward
will
to.
use excessive mobile, TV, or any gadgets. So they are basically, when they are in flight mode, they are trying to escape from the stress. Okay, so they will be not interested in learning. It is easy for these kids to get addicted to stuff. Okay, they can easily get into early relationships, easily influenced by others, spend more time with friends, unproductive. Okay, and if they are in freeze mode, what they do is they isolate themselves not only from parents but also from people around. They, you will not, you will see that these kids are not responsive at all. They suppress their emotions, they are depressed. Okay, you will see that these kids are mostly sick because they're so much into stress mode that their system also goes I mean their immunity goes very low. They spend more time. Okay, this is not for them. Now, understand this, the way our brain is designed. It is designed for learning. Okay, so the number one reason, I mean, complaint that parents do is my kid is not interested in learning. He is interested in everything except learning. So, understand why they are not interested in learning. First of all, the way our brain is made, it supports learning. Okay, so there is this space, this point in our brain which is called nucleus accumbens. It gets activated whenever we learn something new. Okay, so if you see throughout the day, it's not that our kids are not learning, it's not that we are not learning. We are learning, but we are learning things which is not going to help us grow in our life. So basically, what we are
Can you
learning,
repeat that word? Nuclear, what did you mention?
nucleus accumbens, it's on screen. So basically, we are learning stuff which are distracting us, not something that will take us to next level. Okay, so there is no problem with learning throughout the day. Even if you look at below average kid, if you look at average kid, if you look at above average kid, everybody is learning throughout the day. If you are chatting with your friends, you are learning something about someone or something. When we are on mobile, see, just I'll give you an example. Suppose if our kids are playing game, and if there is nothing to learn and it is redundant, okay, what happens? They will stop playing that game. The moment learning stops there, they will stop that game as well, and then they will move on to next game where they will learn something new. So learning is happening simultaneously throughout the day, every single moment. But the learning that is happening is not supporting their growth. Now, one more thing is this part, nucleus accumbens get activated when we feel happy and also when we learn something new. That means happiness and learning goes hand in hand. I'm talking about learning and not studying. Okay, there is a difference between learning and studying. Learning always happens with an intention. Whether you have intention or not, you have to study. You might have experienced, I'm sure every one of us have experienced this, that whenever we learn something that is solving our problem, we feel happy. Can anyone share this with me?
Sorry? When
Whenever
any,
we learn something, we feel happy.
definitely.
Anything when we learn which solves our problem, just tell me, did it make you feel happy?
Yeah, like suppose I'll give you an example. My grandson, when he's able to solve any maths sum, he says, "Oh, I've done it. I've done it faster than you, mom." So
Yes,
he says that.
absolutely. So when you learn, see, again, I'm highlighting this word. When you learn something, you are happy. So basically, learning is equal to happiness. Okay. Now understand, kids who learn under pressure, you will never find them happy.
Mm,
But kids who are learning out of their free will, you will always find them happy. They
yes.
want to share so much. They want to share every single damn thing that they have done.
See, but let me tell you, in the syllabi, for example, I'm talking about my grandson, I don't know about others. He loves maths, he doesn't like Hindi
Why he doesn't like Hindi?
because of those matras and all. You know, choti e, badi e, chota u, bada u, this, that. He gets bugged up with that Hindi. Of course,
But
he's
he
much
will
better
also
now,
get on.
but he used to get bugged in Hindi. He said, I don't like Hindi.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Okay. Fine.
when his mother used to tell him, "Chalo, now let's study which subject we'll take first," he'll always say maths or English. Hindi bilkul nahi. If and then she used to tell me, you read out to him. He will say, no, you read, I will listen. And then in a playway method,
Can
I
you
would tell him,
understand there is
okay,
so much of resistance when it comes to Hindi in him?
yeah, two paragraphs I would read, and then I'll tell him,
Here,
okay,
as a
now
as a
this much you read. Okay, now this much you read. Then the little part he would read, which I would at least make see that he's making some effort, in reading. And then I'll pump him and say, oh, you've read so well. You can read so well. See, you're reading much better than me also.
hmm,
To motivate him. Yeah.
correct.
Mm.
Okay, so basically, learning is very important for our survival. It is our
Yeah.
survival need. Okay, so I'm sure you must have heard about survival of the fittest. So what we
Definitely.
learn, the fitter we are to survive in the environment. Okay, so our brain actually supports learning, but understand, in order for us to learn what we require. So right now, if you are paying attention and if you are interested, what you are doing is you're training your rational mind. Very important, you are training your rational mind. But when we are in stress, this rational brain completely shuts off. Okay, so this rational brain completely shuts off, and when this part of your brain completely shuts off, no matter what you teach them, you can bring best teacher in this world, and if his rational brain is shut off, they are not going to learn anything.
Yeah, they'll be
Only about kids,
disinterested.
it's also about us. Just think, when you are in stress mode and if somebody is trying to teach you something, how would you respond? Okay, and if we look at our education system, it puts our kids in a stress mode.
That's what I told you quite early, in the session only I told you.
Yeah,
Our
it puts
syllabus is
into
so
stress
formulated or
and
so
fear mode.
formatted.
So when,
Lot of syllabus.
yeah,
See, now here I would like to compare our Indian system with the system abroad. There the children are, so much at ease, and they love to go to school with very little then or no homeworks at all. They'd rather keep their books also over there.
okay, I will tell you that I have taught kids across the globe, and yes, I would agree that they have a better education system. But when we talk about syllabus here, uh,
Lots
the
of
concepts which
syllabus.
I was able to teach to fifth standard, which I'm not able to teach even to a fifth standard kid here, I can teach it to second standard. So if you have an open mind, it really doesn't matter. Everyone can learn anything.
See the
And it's
burden, that's what I'm focusing on. The burden in India
not about
is
burden. It
quite
is
a lot.
about the system in which a child is taught.
System. Oh, you are saying it's system, I will say it's burden. See, because too many subjects, and you are required to really show your result in the stipulated time. Huh? Too
See,
much of burden of so many subjects.
I will tell you something. This is burden because what we do is we tell our kids what to learn, but not how to learn. This problem is because
Not only that, in India, with this marking system, there they don't have marking system, particularly in USA. All children are just graded, and it's not that you're promoted or not promoted.
nowadays all
You
kids up
can,
to grade 8
yeah,
are graded. They are not giving.
yeah, it's
But
very different. That's why the children. I
okay,
mean, it's a pleasure for them to go.
can you change the system overnight?
Not at all.
It is
That is
very
that
reality.
is
So
that
complaining
is the
is not
bit
going to help.
bitter reality. That's the bitter truth.
Okay, so complaining is not going to solve our problem. So what we need to do is we need to find solution for a problem.
Hmm.
Okay, so we just keep complaining, but how many of us are actually looking out for solution? Now you're talking about syllabus. I would say my second standard kids, I have a homeschool, and my second standard kids, they can solve 15 digit sums, 20 digit sums, addition, subtraction, multiplication easily without any stress. Okay, and I also have a video of them asking them that if they are getting stressed, and they are like, no, they are like, ma'am, if you don't give us 20-digit sum, then we will punish you, and then you have to give us 22-digit sums.
No, how many more subjects are they learning at the same time?
They are learning English, math, science, Sanskrit, and EVS, and activities, obviously. Okay, they are performing better than, I mean, they completed their second standard syllabus. They also completed their third standard.
Okay, now just a minute.
Yeah.
How bigger is the group which you are teaching them? I mean, how many kids in a class?
Right now they are like 5, 6 kids in our class.
5, 6. So just now give me a moment. I would like, I mean, lend me your ears.
Yeah.
Like you are saying 5, 6. And just imagine in our classrooms, we have more than 35 children. Each classroom in India has 35 and above. So tell me the ratio. See, that is because
That
you are
is
more focused
why
on them.
that is why I'm focusing that parents should be actively involved, because a teacher doesn't have time to look at every child's resistance. She doesn't even have
That
time to
that is the problem with our schools. No, they're huge numbers. You are teaching a group of 6 to 7. You just admitted. So
Yeah.
I gave you an example, which is very true. 35 plus in a classroom.
Okay, so does that give you a right to complain?
No, that's not a right to complain. That's the problem with our system.
That
See,
so what
when the group is small, a teacher will focus and understand each child better. Definitely.
See, again here I would say, even if I have group of 6 kids, still a child who has a better home environment outshines the other child. It's
Ma'am, I
not
think,
that
I mean, it's
all,
just a point,
all six
debatable
kids are
point,
the
we
same
should
level.
come on some conclusion. So why I attended today's webinar was to find out ways to, curb this, what do you call,
We have not
the
finished yet.
media. Yeah.
We have not finished yet. Okay.
Yeah, I understand. I appreciate. I mean, but the topic which we are discussing right now will, I don't think so. It will lead us anywhere much
So it's very
practically.
simple. Even if you put your child into best class, even if you go for one-on-one classes with the kids, okay, even if you get the best teacher from the world for your kid, but if a child does not have that mindset, that child is not going to go anywhere. The moment child opens up to learning, that is where their learning improves 10 times. But it doesn't happen over time. Teachers will not have enough time to give that time. So, parents' involvement is important. That is what I'm trying to tell you all.
That's why the parents are more involved these days.
Yes.
That's why parents are involved, and that's why they have to give more time at home. That is one reason.
Again, I would not agree with that. What they need to do is give them the quality time, even if it is half an hour or 1 hour every day. I understand most of the parents with whom I have interacted. So here you're talking about your one kid, but I might have interacted and with more than 1,000 kids till now. Okay, and especially kids who are not performers and who have started performing. Okay, the moment parents step in, it is a complete game changer.
Definitely, that is the basic thing.
So
Parents
I might
have
give
to
my
motivate, parents
100%.
have to involve themselves.
Yes,
Parents should rather know what a child is learning in the school
absolutely.
and equally participate and help them out where they are not able to grasp it or understand it. So for make them for them understanding better, of
Yeah.
that subject. That is the role of a parent.
Yeah.
See,
Okay. Now let us understand why kids are not, when our brain supports learning, let us understand why kids are not interested in studying. First, they are in an environment which puts them into a stress mode. So when they are in stress mode, they are going to go to a fight, flight, or freeze response. So they are going to run away from studies. Second is if they don't have strategies. Okay. Understand learning is a process. Okay. So Learning will always start with an intention. If you have intention, then only next process starts. So here I will give you an example. So kids who are performers, they will always make sure that they are paying attention in their class. Kids, you can just look at, go back to your own classrooms and see what is the level of attention that an average kid would have. He is paying attention, but somewhere little bit that child is distracted. But child who is below average, he's completely distracted. He's completely involved in doing something else. Okay. So intention to learn is very, very important. And as a parent, as a teacher, it's our duty to help kids understand that what they are learning and why they are learning and how it is going to benefit them in their future.
Definitely.
Second step is to pay attention. Okay. Your attention, your level of attention is directly proportional to your level of intention. So if you have an intention of scoring 100%, you're going to pay 100% attention. If your intention is to score 60%, your attention is going to be of that level. If you have an intention of scoring 35, your attention is going to be of 35. So remember, the quality of intention is important. It's not that kids cannot learn. Every single child can learn. Every single child. And I can give you n number of examples where kids were labeled as slow learners, but they have outshined the more than expectations. Okay. Now understand that when they are paying attention, so here again, we keep saying that teachers should give 100%. So even if teacher gives 100% and child gives 100%, whatever memory they have created here goes into short term memory.
That is
Okay.
where the repetition comes, when the child comes home and a mother has to make him repeat what he has learned
Yeah.
because it is a short term memory.
Yeah. So whatever they learn in class, it goes into the short term memory. So here they have created a memory. So here I'm saying, like, if they have 100% intention, they are paying 100% attention. So what they have done is they have kick-started the process of memory creation. Now let us understand what we need to do so that whatever they have learned goes into a long-term memory. So here what they need to do is comprehension. Now this is biggest mistake that we as a parent or teachers do, and why this Indian education sucks is because what we do is we give them question and answers and we expect them to mug it up. Whereas comprehension is basically where we answer WH questions. Why, what, where, when, how. And this part of understanding cannot be done by anyone else. It has to be done by child. And this is where you strengthen your memory. Whatever you have created, you have to strengthen your memory. Okay, now if
See,
we don't
yeah.
okay, please don't distract me. So if we have created short-term memory and if we don't repeat within 48 hours, 70 to 90% things that they have learned, they are going to forget. So comprehension has to be done same day. Okay, now if this is done, again, does it guarantee a long-term memory? No. So here what we need to do is repeat things. It has to be done at a regular interval. So what is that interval? So you have to do comprehension on day 1, day 2, and then after 1 week, then after 3 weeks, then next 1 month, and then next 3 months. Now this repetition can be different for different subjects depending on the complexity of the subject. Okay, but if we teach our kids and if we are able to make this their habit, believe me, nothing is limited for them. What will happen here is they train their brain. Initially when we follow this system, what happens, your brain is going to resist it because we are not used to doing it and we are doing something new, so brain is going to resist it. But with enough training, this will become automatic, and What is taking 2 hours can be done in 1 hour. This is such a time saver. So here, now tell me, what is better, forgetting and again learning and again learning and forgetting, or going through this series? Now here, when you're doing comprehension, you're understanding the concept. When you understand concept, you don't forget it easily. You're basically forming a lot of neural networks. So when parents enroll in learning skills program, that is where I explain in deep about how brain actually works and what is the learning process that happens. But here, and I cannot explain everything uh, right now, but I'm just trying to keep it short. So here, when we do comprehension, we are creating a lot of neural networks, and when we are creating not lot of neural networks, we are able to create a stronger memory. And with repetition, it goes into a long-term memory. Very simple process. Initially, yes, it will be little difficult because we are not used to it, and your brain is going to resist it. But when we keep doing this, kids, so just imagine they have learned something, and after 1 month, they are able to remember it as it is. Just think, would that child have a stress?
No.
No. They have stress because they are learning and they are forgetting. Again, they are learning, again, they are forgetting. So they don't have enough confidence. And this is where we are lacking in our education system, because we are not teaching our kids how to learn. We are just giving them, we are just dumping number of books on them, and we are expecting them to learn.
I have a point over here.
Yeah.
Now, suppose all children are not very good at English. I'm just giving an example.
Hmm.
And if it is explained in Hindi at the same time, say because Hindi is better understood by most of the children and by parents, it
Yes.
all depends on the kind of level in a school where your child is.
Hmm.
If
Hmm.
it is right from the beginning in English, he'll understand English better. But of course, if the English level is not good and if the teacher is speaking only in English, and but at the same time, if she repeats it in Hindi and makes it more comfortable for the children to understand, I think understanding and retaining in memory will be much, much better.
Absolutely, because Hindi is your most of us, we have Hindi, Marathi, whatever language you,
Whatever the children
they are
are,
your
most of the children are
mother tongue.
comfortable.
Okay,
Yeah,
you have spent more time in
yeah.
learning that language.
So
Whereas,
what is the basic reason is for them to understand what is being taught,
yes, and
not
English
the
is a foreign
language.
language. So I'm coming to it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So strategies is important. Now I gave you one strategies. There are many strategies. Strategies of making notes. Strategies of reading, time management, routine, making your daily routine. How to set goals. How to set intentions. So there are a lot of things which we never discuss with our kids, and these are actually taught when you are on some kind of job. Okay, but these are the skills which has to be taught right at the early ages, so that when they grow up, they actually imbibe those skills in them and they are ready. Okay, third reason why kids are not interested is because they have a weak foundation. Okay, they have a weak foundation because English is not our native language. English is a foreign language for us.
That's
there are many
that's what I told you.
there are many families who don't even speak English at their place. Okay, so many kids, they struggle initially, they struggle with even understanding English, and that is the period like junior, senior, first, where their foundation is laid, and they are basically struggling new language, learning new language. So by the time they actually are a bit comfortable with English, they actually miss out on their basics, and that is where most kids struggle, foundation. Believe me.
That is what is giving them stress.
Yes, see, if you don't have strong foundation, how can you build on it?
That's it.
Okay, so we actually have kids to whom we have to teach them Hindi right from I 10 standard students, 8 standard students, 6 standard students. We start with them right from scratch. English, we have to start with them right from scratch. When we work on these three parts, then most of their problems are solved, and then you can see that these kids which are not interested in studies now want to learn more.
It's a long journey, a bumpy ride.
It's not a long journey. It's about how much time you take to incorporate the skills in them.
There are many factors involved. There are many factors.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. So here we cannot completely blame kids because some factors are coming from their environment, some factors are coming because of lack of strategies, and some because of foundation. Okay. And when they have problem here, what they are going to do, they are going to find an escape. They And many times what happens is parents, instead of understanding what is a problem, they start scolding kids or blaming kids for their not performance.
Any sensible parent would try to find out where the problem is, tap the problem. Be friendly to your child. Find out what is your problem. Whether you have problem
Many parents
with your
are
teacher or with any class friend of yours, or what is your problem? You're not comfortable in the classroom with any friend who's sitting to you, with any classmate who's very bully kind,
yeah,
or any teacher who's shouting at you all the time. Now I'll give you one example. One of my grandson's teacher, she yells and scolds all the children. And he says, वो बहुत shout करती है, बहुत गुस्सा करती है.
okay.
And that he doesn't like her behavior.
Hmm.
Although, I mean, nobody can say anything. That's the teacher's way of handling the class.
Okay. Now remember, anything and everything we do, there is only two motivation. One, because I'm getting pleasure from it, and second, because I want to avoid pain. Okay. So just be honest. Is our education giving pleasure to a child? Is it giving pleasure or pain?
Not all is pleasure, not all is pain. It is mixed. Mixed. Few subjects, I'm telling you, very interesting. I remember my childhood. I used to love so many subjects. But a few
Subjects
subjects,
that give you pleasure,
of course,
you want to do
yes.
it.
Hmm.
Subjects which give you pain, you want to run away from it. So if kids are not interested in learning, understand there is a pain that this child is trying to avoid.
I'm
Okay.
tell I told you, I gave you an example of Hindi. He doesn't, he dislikes that subject. Just because he has to study, he has to study.
Correct.
Hmm.
Okay. Next is, just be honest and tell me, mobile give pleasure or pain?
Any day it's a pleasure.
Any day it's a pleasure. So tell me,
Hmm.
are kids doing anything wrong here? Are they wrong? If it is a pleasure, they
See,
have to do it.
in a limited time, see, because those rays are not good for the eyes, they're not good for the brain.
This is what
That's
you
why every,
understand. This is what you
that,
understand, not a child.
of course, nah. So that is what we explain to the children. Ki, baby, these are bad for your
Again,
eyes.
and
It's
we
bad for
are
your
telling
brain.
kids, we are not showing them.
That they don't understand how it is harmful
So, okay,
because they're getting
how
pleasure
many
out of
times
it.
you might have repeated this to a child?
Hmm. Every time he takes it.
Hannah? So tell me, is it working?
To an extent, yes, he understands कि अच्छा मेरे को बस अभी 10 minutes लूंगा. Okay? वो फिर वो clock देखता है. अच्छा अभी मेरे को 15 minutes दे दो बस. फिर नहीं बोलूंगा.
So is it working?
हाँ,
It's working. So that is not
हाँ,
your problem. Mobile phone is not
हाँ.
your problem.
Working तो है. पर वो 15 minutes भी तो we don't want कि भी इतना भी होना चाहिए because वो harmful है rays. पर उतना तो देना पड़ेगा ना. क्योंकि थोड़ा तो सुनना ही पड़ेगा.
See,
What to do?
it's
To
not
give
about
them
करना
pleasure.
पड़ेगा और करना
हाँ,
पड़ेगा. It is
करना पड़ेगा उनको खुश
technology.
रखने के लिए. खुश रखना है. खुश भी रखना है क्योंकि और भी काम हमको कराने हैं उनसे, तो ये थोड़ी खुशी तो उनको देनी है ना.
Approach. Keeping kids happy is not a right approach, क्योंकि happiness जो होता है ना वो चीजों पे डिपेंडेंट करता है. If I have this, I will be happy. If I have that, I will be happy.
आजकल के ये टाइम में ना यही हैप्पीनेस दे रहा है.
Okay, but
मोबाइल गिव्स
happiness
लॉट ऑफ हैप्पीनेस.
happiness is not dependent on anything. And
इट इज
because
नाउ
as a
डेज.
parent, we are not able to demonstrate them ना कि बिना मोबाइल के भी हैप्पी रहा जा सकता है.
Oh, yes, catch it. ये this is not a workable statement. I beg your pardon for it.
It's
It
because
is
you
not
have not
workable.
seen. It's because you have
अरे
not.
everything because it is so easily available to everybody. हर घर में 6-6 8-8 मोबाइल हैं.
Hmm.
एक का छोड़ो दूसरा का पकड़ो.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Tell me, क्या मोबाइल यूज करना गलत है?
इसलिए बता रही हूँ ना गलत है
मोबाइल यूज
because
करना गलत है? Just आंसर में
नहीं
नहीं है. टेक्नोलॉजी इज गोइंग टू स्टे. आप
टेक्नोलॉजी
टेक्नोलॉजी को
रहेगी.
रिप्लेस नहीं कर सकते हो और
अच्छा now let me tell you suppose कुछ बच्चा वॉच कर रहा है वो 15 या 20 मिनट्स का वो है उसकी गेम यू नो इज प्लेइंग अ गेम ऑन इट. बस अब मेरा अभी होने वाला है. अभी मैं विन करने वाला हूँ. अभी बस मैं लास्ट उसको चेज कर रहा हूँ. वो जब तक वो करके नहीं लेगा ना उसको छोड़ेगा नहीं. he
हाँ,
wants to win that game.
बिकॉज ही इज गेटिंग रिवॉर्ड. आप लोग क्या रिवॉर्ड देते हो?
हाँ
क्या
जो वो रिवॉर्ड उसको गेम में मिल रहा है ना
stimulation
तो
environment has for him? I will do anything if I have some motivation.
वो मोटिवेशन उसको वैसे भी मिलती हैं. वो मिलती हैं. टुडे विल गो फॉर अ राइड. टुडे विल दिस विल गो
What is
हियर विल गो
emotional value
देयर विल
attached to it?
आई हैव समथिंग इंटरेस्टिंग फॉर यू. आई हैव अ सरप्राइज फॉर यू. बहुत कुछ होता रहता है. बहुत होता है. देयर आर मेनी वेज. करना पड़ता है. ये रोज का ड्रामा है.
Okay, so when you say it's a drama, that means you are not actually happy with it.
नहीं नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं. इट्स अ पार्ट ऑफ लाइफ. सी खुश भी रखना है.
Okay, remember everyone here, when we are keeping our kids happy by giving them all materialistic things, हम खुद situation से भाग रहे हैं because I don't know how to handle situation. So what I do is whatever makes that child happy, I will do that.
मैम ये
Okay.
इतना बड़ा ये मेहनत बन गया ना कि इससे निकलना भी बहुत मुश्किल है. ये घर 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 की कहानी है. आई एम
This
टेलिंग यू.
is what you are feeling, but
हाँ.
it might be true for yourself, but it's not true for everyone.
Ask anybody and you will get the answer. Let them be true first.
I'm giving you example of n number of students I have. See, remember, kids, unless and until they have an intention, they are not. जब तक आप उनको नहीं सिखाओगे. चलो हम मोबाइल अगर एक एग्जाम्पल ले लेते हैं कि मैंने मोबाइल छुपा दिया 1 महीने के लिए. What do you think child would do?
कुछ नहीं. ये वो छुप ही नहीं सकता
पढ़ाई
क्योंकि
करेगा.
आपकी अपनी अपनी आपकी कॉल्स आएंगी. आपके अपने व्हाट्सएप मैसेजेस आएंगे
सारे
विच
फोन
आर
छुपा दो.
इम्पोर्टेंट.
सारे फोन
हाँ
छुपा दो. क्या
कोई नहीं छुपा सकता. 8 मेंबर घर में है. 8 के 8
इमेजिन
यू
अभी
कैनॉट.
सिचुएशन मैं आपको बोल रही हूँ इमेजिन करने के लिए कि सोचो कि 1 महीने के लिए घर पे फोन ही नहीं है. व्हाट वुड दैट चाइल्ड डू? पढ़ाई करेगा?
क्या पता क्या करेगा. ये तो हम सोच भी नहीं
और
सकते.
डिस्ट्रैक्शन ढूंढेगा. अंडरस्टैंड योर प्रॉब्लम इज डिस्ट्रैक्शन. The child is easily getting distracted. He's not able to make choices. This is what you need to work on rather than giving excuses कि ये नहीं हो
चॉइस
ये
चॉइसेस ही
हो
बहुत कम
सकता
रह
है.
गए.
Understand every behavior is geared towards adaptation. So the moment child starts understanding this is not for me and what is good for me, they themselves make decision. Excuses, blames and denials are not going to take you anywhere. It is just going to keep you in a comfort zone.
मैम आप एग्जांपल्स दो ना. क्या क्या करना चाहिए. जब मोबाइल नहीं देना तो
Okay,
what should we do?
वही मैं आपको
That is exactly why I have attended today's
so this is what
webinar.
exactly I'm trying to tell you.
Hmm.
आपका फोकस मोबाइल से निकालो और लर्निंग पे लाओ. हाउ कैन आई
लर्निंग या किस में एक्टिविटी में इन्वॉल्व करो?
anything, see any kind of learning which he enjoys, क्योंकि the moment, see what happens here is when a child is using mobile, उसका ब्रेन डोपामिन रिलीज करता है. ठीक है, डोपामिन इज व्हाट, हैप्पीनेस हार्मोन. अब जब उसका डोपामिन लो होता है वो क्या करेगा, वो फिर से मोबाइल यूज करेगा, क्योंकि दूसरी कोई चीज है ही नहीं उसके एनवायरनमेंट में अकॉर्डिंग टू हिम जो उसको ये हैप्पीनेस फील कराएगा.
दिस इज व्हाट आई एम टेलिंग यू कि आप थोड़े एग्जांपल्स दो ना.
So that is
That's
what
why.
I'm saying. When
हाँ.
you learn, remember I told you, when you learn, your brain releases dopamine. Once your child gets addicted to learning, to reading, to notes, making their notes, you will see उनको मोबाइल की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ती है.
Ma'am, hundreds of books my daughter must have purchased. I can really, I wish I could show you. There's so many lying here. He is not at all interested in
Why
reading.
he's not interested? क्योंकि
बस
एक mindset
वो रीडिंग नहीं करना, वो देखना है,
हाँ,
टीवी
मैं
देखना है या मोबाइल देखना है,
see understand
रीडिंग नहीं करनी.
because he
वो
doesn't
रीडिंग
have,
उसको होती है कि मैंने बहुत पढ़ाई कर ली, स्कूल में भी बहुत रीडिंग होती है, और रीडिंग वीडिंग नहीं करनी मेरे को.
तो जरूरी है क्या कि बुक लेकर ही बैठना है? क्या हम बिना बुक के बच्चे को नहीं पढ़ा सकते?
बिल्कुल पढ़ा सकते हैं, पर फिर हम खुद
We
उसकी
try
रीडिंग
that.
करें बैठे ना.
जब उसको
तो हम तो उसको ऑक्यूपाई करना चाहते हैं ना कि आप ये स्टोरी बुक लो एंड रीड इट.
ऐसे नहीं
इसलिए
होता है, ऐसे नहीं
इसलिए
होता है,
स्टोरी बुक्स लेके आए
ऐसे
हैं.
नहीं होता है. अभी आपका जो ग्रैंडसन था जब वो चलना सीखा था तो आपने ये सोच लिया था कि बच्चा तू तेरा चलना सीख ले?
नहीं नहीं, उसकी लेवल की बुक्स हैं वो. है ही नहीं ना, इंटरेस्ट नहीं है.
We have
बिकॉज
to create interest. That is where parents should step in and they have to create an interest.
इवन इफ शी सिट्स विद हिम, ही सेज इसको बंद कर दो, मुझे टीवी देखना
Okay.
है.
आपको है ना,
प्रैक्टिकल प्रॉब्लम्स है, प्रैक्टिकल प्रॉब्लम्स.
ओके ठीक है, आई मीन अगर इसलिए मैंने आपको स्टार्टिंग में ही बोला था, यू हैव टू कीप योर माइंड ओपन. ओके, सी देयर आर, ये दो बकेट्स होते हैं. वन इज आई कैन डू इट, आई कैन नॉट डू इट. ओके,
I'm not getting the answer from you for what. I mean, I'm really keen to know it, but maybe we are not coming to that point, or maybe things are not.
अंडरस्टैंड. अगर आपको बच्चे को मोबाइल से दूर करना है तो आपको लर्निंग प्लेजरेबल करनी है. दिस इज द सोल्यूशन.
यही मैं
दैट
आपको
इज
कह
व्हाट
रही
आई एम
हूँ.
टेलिंग यू. एंड
लर्निंग.
लर्निंग को प्लेजरेबल कराया जा सकता है.
अच्छा, एक एग्जांपल है रीडिंग. व्हाट एल्स?
There are
व्हाट
lot of
एल्स? रीड.
things. There are a lot of things. Let us take example. How old is your kid?
ही इज 9 years.
He is 9 years. Okay. आप कोई भी एक टॉपिक ले लो जो,
अभी 9 हुआ नहीं है, 9 का हो जाएगा नवंबर में.
कोई भी एक टॉपिक ले लो जहाँ पर उसको डिफिकल्टी आती है, उसको आता ही नहीं है. ठीक है, अब उसको वो चीज इसलिए नहीं आती है क्योंकि उसने he has got enough evidences that he cannot do it. तो इसका उसका
नहीं,
माइंडसेट क्या हो गया है, I cannot.
वो सिलेबस से कंसर्न तो कुछ करना ही नहीं है ना. सिलेबस से कंसर्न तो कुछ नहीं करना. जो उसका लीजर टाइम है उसमें उसको लीजर टाइप ही देखना है. वो आप जो कह रहे हो वो सिलेबस से कंसर्न है कि जो उसको
कोई भी
डिफिकल्ट लग
टाइप
रहा है.
ऑफ लर्निंग, एनी टाइप ऑफ लर्निंग, सिलेबस से हो, सिलेबस के बाहर हो, एनी टाइप ऑफ लर्निंग.
यू नो व्हाट ही लाइक्स टू वॉच प्रोग्राम्स की जिसमें वो ये बाहर की कंट्रीज के वो दिखाते हैं कुकिंग एंड ऑल दैट, विद व्हिच दे आर मेकिंग
क्या वो
डिफरेंट
सीख
काइंड ऑफ
नहीं
थिंग्स.
रहा है, बताइए मुझे.
हाँ, वो सीख रहा है एंड ही वांट्स टू वॉच दैट ओनली.
हाँ,
ऑल द टाइम ही विल पुट
तो
ऑन
दैट
दैट
मीन्स
प्रोग्राम.
आपका आंसर आपको मिल गया है. अभी उसी एक्टिविटी में उसको एनकरेज करो धीरे धीरे,
हाँ,
so that
that we
he get con-.
that she does. She brings him in the kitchen and he bakes cakes with his mother. He makes so many things.
Yes. Okay.
Cookies, cakes. Hmm?
Okay.
That's
So
where
let
she
us, let us,
involves him
okay,
because he is
Miss Dolly,
interested.
do one thing. आप मेरे साथ एक one on one book कर लो, because
हाँ,
it's not only about your grandson, there are other parents also.
yeah, definitely.
So
I think I'll quit now and let's give time to others because
even
I am not, yeah, I'm not getting the answer right now. So later on we can talk.
yeah.
It
So
was
when we
nice
talk
talking to
about
you.
mindset, what happens here is the more evidence we collect of I cannot do it, तो वो एक mindset हो जाता है मैं नहीं कर सकता हूँ. तो हमें एज अ पेरेंट क्या करना है, इस माइंडसेट को ब्रेक करना है, इस रेजिस्टेंस को ब्रेक करना है. ओके, ना हाउ डू वी ब्रेक रेजिस्टेंस? सो हियर वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड फर्स्ट या सेकेंड इंस्टेंस में कोई भी चीजें नहीं आती है. लेट अस टेक एग्जांपल साइकिलिंग या कोई भी स्किल आप देख सकते हो जहाँ पे बच्चे लर्न करना सीखते हैं, मतलब चलना सीखते हैं, कोई भी फर्स्ट या सेकेंड इंस्टेंस में नहीं होता है. तो ये जो रेजिस्टेंस का प्रोसेस है, यहाँ पर एज अ पेरेंट व्हाट आई नीड टू डू इज मेंटेन patience, and also I have to teach my child how to be patient while doing that. And आपको क्या करना है, 7 times मिनिमम वो चीज से गो थ्रू करना है. इनिशियली यस दिस इज गोइंग टू बी अ वर्क, बट हर चीज शुरुआत करते वक्त थोड़ा टाइम देना पड़ता है, थोड़ी एनर्जी देनी पड़ती है, थोड़ा विल पावर भी यूज करना पड़ता है. ओके, नाउ जस्ट थिंक कि 7 times रिपीटेशन होने के बाद, ओके 7 times रिपीटेशन होने के बाद, टेल मी क्या वो बच्चे का माइंडसेट यही रहेगा कि मैं नहीं कर सकता हूँ? जस्ट बी ऑनेस्ट एंड लेट मी नो. यस, व्हाट डू यू थिंक? 7 times रिपीटेशन करने के बाद क्या हमें लगता है कि वो चीज़ आसान हो जाएगी, या वैसे ही डिफिकल्टी लेवल जो है वो कम होगी या बढ़ जाएगी? ओके, एम आई ऑडिबल टू ऑल ऑफ यू? या ओके, सो बाय द टाइम वी रिपीटेड 7 times, जो चीज़ हमें डिफिकल्ट लगती है उसका लेवल, उसका रेट ऑटोमेटिकली कम हो जाता है. एंड नाउ चाइल्ड स्टार्ट्स कलेक्टिंग एविडेंसेस दैट आई कैन डू इट. शुरुआत में एटलीस्ट आपको 30 to 60 days अपने बच्चों को देना है, सो दैट उनको जो पढ़ाई पेन लग रही है वो पेन से निकल कर वो प्लेजर की तरफ आए. बिकॉज द मोमेंट उनको समझ में आता है कि आई कैन लर्न, इट बिकम्स प्लेजरेबल. ओके, जैसे एक सिंपल एग्जांपल देती हूँ. 2 महीने से देयर वाज वन चाइल्ड हु वाज नॉट एबल टू लर्न पीरियोडिक टेबल, लेकिन व्हेन वी गिव दैट चाइल्ड अ राइट स्ट्रैटेजी टू लर्न, शी वॉज हैप्पी, क्योंकि उसने 2 घंटे में वो चीज कर दी जो 2 महीने में नहीं कर पा रही थी. नो टेल मी इफ शी गेट्स एन एविडेंस कि यार मैं कर सकती हूँ, सो नेक्स्ट टाइम विल शी अटेम्प्ट डूइंग अदर थिंग्स? यस शी विल डू इट. बच्चे पढ़ाई में इंटरेस्टेड इसलिए नहीं है क्योंकि अभी उनको पेन लग रहा है, लेकिन इट इज नॉट एक्चुअली पेनफुल. इट्स वेरी वेरी इजी टू लर्न. मैं आपको है ना एक वीडियो बताऊंगी टुवर्ड्स द एंड ऑफ दिस सेशन वेर यू कैन एक्चुअली सी कि किस तरह से मेरे बच्चे मुझे लर्निंग के लिए they want more sessions and I cannot give them more sessions. They are ready to take up as many sessions. वो सुबह 6 बजे से भी आने के लिए रेडी है. क्यों? Because they find learning pleasurable. For them learning is not pain. Okay, so yes, one thing that we can why kids are more addicted towards mobile is because first thing is because it helps them release dopamine. It really helps them release happiness hormones. लेकिन उसके अलावा हम क्या क्या कर सकते हैं जिससे हमारे बच्चे मोबाइल से दूर रहे, वो हमारी बात माने? तो सबसे पहले हमें सीखना है वो लैंग्वेज जिससे वो लव फील करें. जस्ट इमेजिन कि आप स्ट्रेस में हो एंड देयर इज समवन हु इज मेकिंग यू फील लव. आपका स्ट्रेस ऐसे चला जाता है. ओके, सो व्हेन वी वांट टू मेक देम सिट फॉर लर्निंग, बहुत सारे पेरेंट्स क्या करते हैं, उन्हें डांट कर चिल्लाकर उनको पढ़ाई के लिए बिठाते हैं, बट इस तरह से उनका मूड ऑफ हो जाता है, तो भले वो 2 घंटे भी बैठेंगे तो भी आउटकम बहुत कम होगा। ओके, आई विल गिव यू एन एग्जांपल ऑफ माय फ्रेंड। वो 3 घंटे कंपलसरी उसकी मम्मी पढ़ाई के लिए बिठाती थी। शी इज एन एडल्ट राइट नाउ, बट सेम पैटर्न शी हैज अडॉप्टेड। वो 3 घंटे में ना कुछ नहीं पढ़ती थी, वो बस बुक लेकर बैठती थी, और अभी भी उसका वही है कि जो इजी इजी चीज है वो कर लेती है, डिफिकल्ट चीज है वो अटेम्प्ट ही नहीं करती है, एंड विच इज अफेक्टिंग हर प्रोफेशनल लाइफ। पेरेंट्स understand helping kids resist their आई मीन वर्क विद their रेजिस्टेंस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, क्योंकि अभी ये जो 2 सालों में हुआ है ना, वो कम्प्लीटली 360 डिग्री चेंज था बच्चों के लिए इन टर्म्स ऑफ एजुकेशन। वो ऑफलाइन सेटिंग से एकदम से ऑनलाइन सेटिंग में गए थे, फॉर विच दे डिडंट हैड एनी प्रेपरेटरी फेज। सो ये पूरा फेज उनके ऊपर थोपा गया था, और ये 2 सालों में बिकॉज वो घर से कर रहे थे, तो घर इज व्हाट कंफर्ट जोन। ओके, डिस्ट्रैक्ट होना बहुत आसान था। बहुत बार तो पेरेंट्स खुद बच्चों को डिस्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं जब वो क्लास में होते हैं, कहीं ना कहीं वो प्रॉम्प्ट करेंगे, कहीं ना कहीं वो खुद आंसर्स देंगे, खाना खा लो, पानी पी लो। सो बहुत सारे डिस्ट्रैक्शंस थे जहाँ पर धीरे धीरे ये बच्चे अपना लर्निंग की जो एबिलिटी है उनका कम होते जा रहा है। प्लस जिस तरह से अभी के एप्स डिजाइन है, दे आर डिजाइंड with lot of research. So as a parent also we have to be backed by a lot of research so that we can handle our kids. So first thing is what we need to do in order to make things pleasurable for kids. सबसे पहले ये होता है कि जब हम बच्चों के पीछे लगते हैं, उनको नैग करते हैं, हम कौन सा इमोशन ट्रिगर करते हैं? पेन वाला। तो जब पेन वाला इमोशन ट्रिगर करते हैं तो बच्चे हमसे दूर भागते हैं, और जब बच्चे हमसे दूर भागते हैं तो उनको हम पास लाने के लिए फिर मटेरियलिस्टिक चीज़ों की यूज़ करते हैं, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट दे आर ऑलवेज लाइक आप मुझे ये लेकर दो तो आई एम हैप्पी, वो लेकर दो तो हैप्पी रहेंगे। देर इज नो रियल कनेक्शन। सो द मोमेंट यू से नो, दिस किड्स दे स्टार्ट फीलिंग अनलव्ड। Okay, so first we need to understand their language of love. Then second thing, okay, now here why we need to understand language of love is because जो बच्चे का love language touch है, उस बच्चे को अगर आप मारोगे, उसको पुश करोगे, उसको मैन हैंडल करोगे, ऐसे बच्चों के लिए वो एक इमोशनल वुंड होता है। जिन बच्चों का लव लैंग्वेज वर्ड्स ऑफ अफर्मेशन है, ऐसे बच्चों के लिए अगर हमने हार्श वर्ड्स यूज कर दिए, तो ऐसे बच्चों के लिए वो इमोशनल वूंड है जो जिंदगी भर उनको तकलीफ देता है। ओके, देयर आर मेनी किड्स जिनकी लव लैंग्वेज एक्ट्स ऑफ सर्विस होती है, मतलब उन्हें they feel loved when you give them responsibility and incorporate them in your work. तो जब हम कुछ काम कर रहे हैं और हम बच्चों को बोलते हैं कि नहीं नहीं यू गो देयर, तुम चीजें मिस आउट कर दोगे, यू डोंट अलाउ देम टू हेल्प यू, ऐसे बच्चों के लिए वो एक इमोशनल वुंड है, बिकॉज दे फील दे आर नॉट गुड इनफ, एंड दैट्स व्हाई पेरेंट्स आर नॉट लेटिंग देम हेल्प। सो बहुत सारी चीज़ें होती है, तो फर्स्ट वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ टू कम्युनिकेट विद देम इन अ राइट मैनर। जब हम उनसे सही तरह से बात करते हैं, सी यू माइट हैव सीन कि जब भी बच्चे आपसे गुस्सा होता है वो मोबाइल की तरफ जाते हैं या फ्रेंड्स की तरफ जाते हैं या कहीं और एस्केप होते हैं। ओके, दे ट्राई टू रन अवे फ्रॉम यू। देन सेकेंड थिंग व्हाट वी नीड टू डू इज, सेकेंड मेजर थिंग विच इज एकेडमिक्स। बच्चों का जो 50 to 60% टाइम होता है वो होता है एकेडमिक्स, सो इट इज़ लाइक मेजर थिंग। यहाँ पर वी हैव टू गिव देम राइट स्किल्स सो दैट जब भी रेजिस्टेंस हो, जब भी वो कहीं अटक जाए, तो वो अपना प्रॉब्लम खुद सॉल्व कर सके। थर्ड थिंग that we have to work on with our kids is, अब बच्चों को लगता है you know most of the times they are like मोबाइल नहीं खेलेंगे तो क्या करेंगे। So here we have to show them that mobile is not the only thing that they can do. So यहाँ पर हम regularly उनको यहाँ पर हम रेगुलरली उनको ऐसे चैलेंजेस दे सकते हैं, जैसे नो मोबाइल डे फॉर 1 डे, एंड अगर वो चैलेंज जीतते हैं तो यू कैन हैव लाइक एनी स्मॉल एक्सपीरियंस। सी अंडरस्टैंड, यहाँ पर एक्सपीरियंशियल रिवॉर्ड होना ज़रूरी है, वेयर दे फील लव्ड। ओके, बच्चों को टच की बहुत ज़रूरत होती है, राइट वर्ड्स की बहुत ज़रूरत होती है। तो अगर उनके एनवायरनमेंट में हम राइट वर्ड्स, राइट टच, राइट एटीट्यूड इनकॉर्पोरेट कर सके, उससे उनको बहुत ज़्यादा बेनिफिट होता है। सो नाउ व्हेन वी वांट टू वर्क ऑन आवर किड्स, तो सबसे पहले हमें खुद के ऊपर भी वर्क करना पड़ेगा। एंड व्हेन वी वांट टू वर्क ऑन आवरसेल्फ, तो सबसे पहले हमें निकलना है बेड के बाहर। What is bed? Bed is blame, excuse and denial. Okay? So जब तक बच्चे क्रॉल करते हैं, कि हम ये सोचते हैं कि वो चल ही नहीं सकेंगे? Do we really think? Are we in denial कि अरे ये तो बैठ रहा है, वो चल नहीं रहा है? तो क्या हम डिनाइल में जाते हैं कि अरे ये कर ही नहीं सकता है? No, what we do is we encourage our kids to go to next level. करेक्ट? तो पहले वो बैठते हैं, फिर वो क्रॉल करना सीखते हैं, फिर वो चलना सीखते हैं। सो डिनाइल इस में रहकर कोई फायदा नहीं है। व्हाट वी नीड टू डू इज फाइंड आउट वेज इन विच आई कैन एंगेज माई चाइल्ड। ओके, एंड बिलीव मी, अगर ये पार्ट पे ही हमने वर्क कर लिया ना, तो यहाँ से ही उनका जो डोज ऑफ डोपामिन है वो यहीं से आने लगेगा, एंड दे आर मोटिवेटेड टू लर्न मोर एंड मोर। सो बेसिकली ये जो एकेडमिक बर्डन है वो रहेगा ही नहीं। एकेडमिक बर्डन इसलिए है क्योंकि मुझे आता नहीं है, मेरा फाउंडेशन स्ट्रांग नहीं है। ओके, मेरा रैशनल ब्रेन ओपन नहीं है। तो ये सारे पेन पॉइंट्स अगर हम हैंडल कर लें, तो academics can play a huge role in keeping kids away from mobile. Yes, there are different other ways also. For example, जैसे मिस डॉली ने बताया था कि her grandson enjoys कुकिंग शोज। सो ऐसे बच्चों को हम कुकिंग में इन्वॉल्व कर सकते हैं। तो बेसिकली यार यू कैन सी दैट दिस चाइल्ड इज नेचुरली शोइंग हिज टैलेंट्स टुवर्ड्स कुकिंग। ओके, नाउ वी ऑल वांट आवर किड्स टू बी इंटेलिजेंट। सो इंटेलिजेंस जो है वो let me give you an example. Intelligence क्या होता है? It's basically what you do with your free time. ठीक है? अब अगर हम मोबाइल यूज कर रहे हैं, तो वी आर गोइंग टू बिकम मोर इंटेलिजेंट इन मोबाइल, यूजिंग मोबाइल। इफ आई एम रीडिंग अ बुक, आई एम गोइंग टू बिकम मोर इंटेलिजेंट इन रीडिंग। इफ आई एम कुकिंग, तो आई एम गोइंग टू बिकम मोर इंटेलिजेंट इन कुकिंग। सो इंटेलिजेंस जो है, यू कैन एक्चुअली वर्क अराउंड इट। वैसे ही एकेडमिक्स का होता है कि मुझे मैथ्स नहीं आती है, बट इफ आई मेक एन एफर्ट, जो मैंने आपको बताया 7 times, if I make an effort and I just go out of my comfort zone, यहाँ पर आप देखोगे कि जो चीज़ नहीं आती है वो आने लगती है, एंड अपने आप वो खुश हो जाते हैं। एंड when they are happy, they just want to share it with everyone. Okay, and actual में कोई बच्चा है ना, उसे ये नहीं लगता है कि you know I should be playing games. किसी भी बच्चे को नहीं लगता है कि उनको सबको पता है कि बीइंग ऑन मोबाइल इज नॉट राइट। आई एक्चुअली कम्युनिकेट अ लॉट विथ माई किड्स, एंड कोई एक बच्चा भी ऐसा नहीं है जो ये बोलेगा कि मुझे पढ़ना नहीं है, मुझे अच्छे मार्क्स स्कोर नहीं करने हैं। वो उनके जो रीजंस होते हैं वो ऐसे ही होते हैं कि मैम मैं समझ में नहीं आता है, कुछ पूछेंगे तो फिर डांट देते हैं, या फिर सब बाउंस होता है। दिस आर द रीजंस, दिस आर द प्रॉब्लम्स व्हाई किड्स आर नॉट एबल टू लर्न। तो अगर उन्हें नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, तो इफ वी मेक एन एफर्ट टू मेक देम अंडरस्टैंड, दे विल एंजॉय लर्निंग। और कोई भी बच्चा ऐसा नहीं है आज तक जिसने मुझे ये कहा है कि प्लेइंग मोबाइल इज अ गुड थिंग। हाँ, कुछ बच्चे हैं ना बहुत मोटिवेटेड भी होते हैं, दे आर लाइक आई प्ले मोबाइल बिकॉज मुझे है ना इस तरह का एक ऐप बनाना है। अब ऐसे बच्चे जब मोबाइल खेलते हैं तो इज इट रॉन्ग? टेक्नोलॉजी इज गोइंग टू बी देयर फॉर एवर एंड ये टेक्नोलॉजी बढ़ते ही जाएगी, तो अगर हम चीज़ों को अभी से सीरियसली नहीं लेंगे तो हम हमेशा कंप्लेंट मोड में ही रहेंगे, हमेशा स्ट्रेस मोड में ही रहेंगे, हमेशा एंशियस मोड में ही रहेंगे कि हमारे बच्चे तो ऐसे हैं। बट एवरी problem is not with the child, problem is with their behavior, and every behavior can be changed because before adopting any behavior child tests it couple of time। वो फर्स्ट इंस्टेंस में वो बिहेवियर को अडॉप्ट नहीं करता है। तो अगर हमें कोई भी बिहेवियर रिवर्स करना है तो सबसे पहले हमें क्या करना है, सी आयरनी ऑफ आवर लाइफ इज जो भी अच्छी चीजें हैं उसके साथ हमने पेन को एसोसिएट किया है, जो भी बुरी चीजें हैं उनके साथ हमने प्लेजर को एसोसिएट किया है। देखो, जंक फूड खाना प्लेजर है, बाहर का खाना प्लेजर है, एक्सपेंसिव टॉयज बाय करना प्लेजर है, ओके मोबाइल पे खेलना प्लेजर है। सो वी आर वेरी सिस्टमैटिकली प्रोग्राम्ड टू डू टू ग्लोरीफाई ऑल द थिंग्स दैट आर रॉन्ग। ओके, अर्ली चाइल्डहुड रिलेशनशिप में आना प्लेजर है। ओके, तो इस तरह से जो हमारा एनवायरनमेंट है, जो इन्फ्लुएंसर्स है, ये इस तरह गाली देना प्लेजर है। दिस इज हाउ द इन्फ्लुएंसर्स इन टुडेज वर्ल्ड इन सोशल मीडिया आर, जिनको हमारे बच्चे फॉलो कर रहे हैं। पढ़ाई करना पेन है, पेरेंट्स की रिस्पेक्ट करना पेन है, रिलेटिव से इंटरैक्ट करना, लोगों से इंटरैक्ट करना पेन है। ओके, तो अगर हम एफर्ट नहीं डालेंगे, जहाँ पर पेन होना चाहिए वहाँ पर प्लेजर आ गया है, जहाँ पे प्लेजर है वहाँ पे पेन आ गया है, तो ये कोई स्कूल वर्क नहीं करने वाली है, कोई टीचर नहीं वर्क करने वाली है, ये सिर्फ एज अ पेरेंट यू कैन डू इट, आई कैन डू इट। Now I have done this with my child and I want to help many other parents who can actually use this। Okay, प्लेजर पढ़ाई में तब आएगा जब उसको ये एविडेंस मिलेगा कि वो कर सकता है। ओके, पेरेंट्स के साथ इंटरेक्शन में उसको प्लेजर तब आएगा व्हेन ही फील्स लव्ड। ओके, सो योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग योर चाइल्ड्स लव लैंग्वेज प्लेज अ वेरी क्रूशियल रोल। सो बहुत बार ये होता है कि बच्चे बड़े हो जाते हैं तो हम उनको टच करना भूल जाते हैं या हम अवॉइड करते हैं। डोंट डू दैट, दे नीड योर टच, especially when they are teenagers। They need your touch because that is how you teach them to express their love। okay, अगर वो झूठ भी बोल रहे हैं तो just understand, अगर बच्चे झूठ बोल रहे हैं तो they are getting pleasure because वो बच जाते हैं। सो जिस दिन वो बच्चे को समझ में आएगा कि मुझे झूठ बोलने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, सिर्फ सच बोलना पेन लगता है उन्हें, क्यों? क्योंकि उनको पता है when they will say truth my parents are not going to accept me। ओके, एंड वो मुझे डांटेंगे, वो मुझे चिल्लाएंगे, बट द मोमेंट दे रियलाइज कि नहीं मैं सच बोलूँगा तो मेरे पेरेंट्स मुझे डांटेंगे नहीं, वो मुझे सपोर्ट करेंगे, तो उन्हें सच बोलने में प्लेजर आएगा। वैसे ही पढ़ाई में है, वैसे ही हर चीज़ में है। ओके, नाउ हाउ डू आई कन्वर्ट डिस्ट्रैक्शंस इनटू पेन? तो यहाँ पर आपका गोल सेटिंग बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करता है। How do you set your goals? Okay, for example if a child यहाँ पे थोड़ा टाइम लग सकता है आपको to get the result, but you will get the best result here। So first we need to help child set a goal for himself। So जो भी goal रहेगा उसका, now he has to understand। एक बार उसको बिठा दो और उसे ही पूछना कि ये तुम्हारा गोल है। Now what is happening when you are playing mobile? What benefit you are getting out of it? Child will say that it makes me feel happy। okay, now what are other things that make you happy? So the child can list other things। okay, now इसे याद रखना कि ये हैप्पी करता है और ये बाकी चीज़ें भी हैप्पी करती है। तो जो भी चीज़ें वो बोल रहे हैं उनको स्वैप कर दो। ओके, सो स्टार्ट डूइंग दोज एक्टिविटीज मोर विद किड्स। सेकेंड चीज़ है, उनको ये बताओ कि इज इट गोइंग टू हेल्प यू मेक योर लाइफ बेटर। अब बहुत सारे बच्चे होते हैं, ऑलमोस्ट 10, अब जब मैं करियर असेसमेंट करती हूँ तो 10 में से 8 बच्चे बोलते हैं कि मुझे गेमर बनना है, इसलिए मैं गेम खेलता हूँ। ओके, उन्हें लगता है वो गेमर बन सकते हैं, क्यों? क्योंकि वहां पर वो अपने माइलस्टोन्स कॉन्कर कर रहे हैं, वो नेक्स्ट लेवल पे जा रहे हैं। व्हेन इट कम्स टू लर्निंग, हमने एक माइलस्टोन फिक्स करके रखा है बच्चे का कि वो 60 to 70% में ही आएगा, वो 80 to 90% में ही आएगा, या वो 95 to 100 में ही आएगा। तो एक पैरामीटर सेट होते हैं। सो यहाँ पर हमको ग्रोथ नहीं दिखता है बच्चे को। सो एवरी टाइम, सो नेक्स्ट टाइम व्हेन दे आर स्कोरिंग 60, उनको आई एम नॉट सेइंग प्रेशराइज करना है, उनको मोटिवेट करना है। ओह, सो ये तुमने कर लिया, आई थिंक यू कैन एक्चुअली रीच 65। ट्राई करने में क्या जाता है, आई विल हेल्प यू। ओके, तो गोल सेट कर लो। एंड देन सेकेंड पॉइंट इज वेयर यू विल हेल्प देम टू गो आउट ऑफ देयर कंफर्ट जोन। कंफर्ट जोन के बाहर जाना है। सो यहाँ पे कंफर्ट जोन के बाहर कैसे जाना है, द 4 स्टेप प्रोसेस दैट आई टोल्ड यू। हेल्प देम सेट एन इंटेंशन, जो भी इंटेंशन है 60% 80% आपका जो भी इंटेंशन है वो सेट कर लो। फिर वो बाकी का प्रोसेस अपने आप होगा। अटेंशन नाउ हियर स्लोली यू हैव टू एनकरेज देम कि वो अपने क्लास में ज़्यादा अटेंशन पे करें, ताकि उनको एक्स्ट्रा कोचिंग लगाने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़े। और वो जो एक्स्ट्रा कोचिंग है वहाँ पर वो अपना होमवर्क कर सकता है, सो दैट ही कैन हैव लॉट ऑफ टाइम फॉर हिमसेल्फ टू डू वट एवर ही और शी लाइक्स। सो जिस चीज़ के लिए मुझे डबल टाइम लग रहा है अभी ये बैठकर, now this is something which you can discuss with a child when he has a open rational mind. What is rational mind? Rational mind is when you are learning something new. आप इस ब्रेन को ट्रेन करते हो। अभी आप जब इफ यू आर पेइंग अटेंशन देन यू आर ट्रेनिंग योर रैशनल माइंड। जब भी हम कुछ लर्न करते हैं वो रैशनल माइंड से होता है। अगर स्ट्रेस मोड है तो वो लर्निंग नहीं होता है। ओके, सो the more child gets time to do activities that he or she likes to do, they are going to be more happy. Okay, so here you are giving them example कि बिना किसी materialistic चीज़ों के भी वो खुश रह सकते हैं। बिकॉज द मोर मटेरियलिस्टिक चीज़ें हम उन्हें देते हैं उतना ही वैल्यू ऑफ मनी उनका नहीं होता है, उतना ही बहुत सारे पेरेंट्स को फिर वो एक फाइनेंशियल बर्डन लगता है। सो येस, हेल्प द फर्स्ट थिंग दैट यू वुड डू इज create an environment where child feels loved. Okay, feels loved। और इसके लिए आपको पैसे खर्च करने की ज़रूरत नहीं होती है। what you need to do is just start speaking language of love that your child understands. So if your child love language is quality time, give that child quality time. What is quality time? It is undivided attention. अगर आपने देखा रहेगा बहुत सारे बच्चे ऐसे होते हैं, बात कर रहे हैं और बीच में आकर वो बार बार डिस्टर्ब करेंगे। what they want is your attention. So जिन बच्चों का quality time love language होती है, they will keep distracting you. Okay, but the moment you give them what they need, the moment you acknowledge them, their presence, they feel loved, they feel so good about themselves. Now they are happy to do whatever they are doing, they will listen to you. Okay, so coming on same frequency is important. It's सिर्फ प्यार होकर फायदा नहीं है, प्यार एक्सप्रेस करना सही तरीके से आना चाहिए। So that is what will help release dopamine in our kids. Second thing is when they start learning something new every day. Learning, I'm saying, not studying. So when they learn, they actually get an resistance. Resistance को जब वो handle करते हैं, so there are two kind of stress. एक stress होता है, एक use stress होता है। Stress जो आपको नेगेटिविटी की तरफ लेके जाता है, यू स्ट्रेस जो आपको स्टार्टिंग में स्ट्रेस लगता है लेकिन वो आपको ग्रोथ की तरफ लेकर जाता है. सो व्हेन यू आर हैंडलिंग योर रेजिस्टेंस, it is basically a you stress, it is a good stress. And when you overcome that resistance, वो खुशी जो होती है वो एक अलग लेवल की होती है. So yes, learning is important when you incorporate things into their environment. So ये कुछ भी हो सकता है. Third thing is when they are doing activities जो उनका natural talent oriented है. Okay, so यहाँ पर just for 1 day or 2-3 days you can just keep a no mobile day for them and just see what they are doing when mobile is not around. So ऐसे छोटे छोटे challenges आप उनके साथ कर सकते हो. And when you're doing such challenges where you just have to observe कि बच्चे मोबाइल पे नहीं है तो वो क्या कर रहे हैं, observe them और फिर वो activities उनके environment में ज़्यादा लाओ. थर्ड थिंग, ज़रूरी नहीं है कि बच्चे जो वो 7 किताबें एकेडमिक्स की है उतना ही पढ़ा तो वो बच्चा इंटेलिजेंट है. नो, देर आर मैनी किड्स जो एकेडमिक्स में इतने बेटर नहीं कर रहे हैं, लेकिन अगर आप उनको बाकी चीज़ों के बारे में पूछो, स्पोर्ट्स के बारे में पूछो या फिर कोई और चीज़ों के बारे में पूछो, दे जस्ट नो एवरीथिंग. Okay, now why this happens is because again whatever they are learning it is not associated with pain. वो खुद से learn करते हैं, तो खुद से learn करते हैं वो चीज़ें जल्दी याद रहती है. Okay, so these are the things that you can do to keep your kids away from mobile phone. And one thing that we need to work on is really creating an environment as a parent. ये first stage है. Second stage we have to work on their learning. वो उतना और उसमें ही उनका पूरा दिन खत्म हो जाता है. एंड देन द एक्टिविटीज which will boost their talent or intelligence. Okay, intelligence is what? It is basically a problem solving skill. The moment they face some problem, if they are able to solve it, they are becoming intelligent. इतनी ही चीज़ें करनी है. मोबाइल इज़ नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम, इट इज़ ओनली अ डिस्ट्रैक्शन. अगर मोबाइल को निकाल दिया तो कोई और डिस्ट्रैक्शन आ जाएगा, उसको भी निकाल दिया तो कोई और डिस्ट्रैक्शन आ जाएगा, आपका प्रॉब्लम नहीं सॉल्व होगा. प्रॉब्लम ये 3 चीज़ें करने से सॉल्व होंगे. दैट इज़ working on the environment, second thing is giving them strategies, and third thing is making their foundation strong. Okay, so here I'm done with my webinar. If you have any questions, you can ask. Anyone has any doubt, any questions, they can ask me. Yes, Mr. Nandkishore, Roshni, Nuri, Archana.
Good evening, ma'am. Actually, I joined late, so I just want to confirm. Maybe get its recording in the group.
Yes, you will get recording in the group.
Okay, ma'am. That's
Okay.
nice. Thank you.
Fine. And one more thing I want you all to understand as a parent is, see, if you're looking out for quick solution for anything, quick solutions does not exist when it comes to behavior. This programming, anything that has something to do with your brain, it has taken a lot of time to get that programming done. तो अगर हम if you're looking out for some quick tips on solving your mobile problem, there are no quick tips. It is just like I have a dry plant, उसके ऊपर मैं पत्ते चिपका रही हूँ, हरे पत्ते, वो थोड़े दिन में फिर से ड्राई हो जाएंगे, मुझे फिर से नए पत्ते चिपकाने पड़ेंगे. Okay, so here we are not fixing the problem, the root of a problem. Okay, so parents, please understand, your problem is not child's excessive mobile usage. Your problem is child is not able to make conscious choices, child is not able to learn, because padhai is the main reason why kids are getting distracted. ओके एंड उससे ही दूर भागने के लिए वो ये सारी चीज़ें जो हैं वो करते हैं. सो if you make sure that child knows how to learn and their foundation is strong and they have a good motivating environment, they are going to do good. ये सारी चीज़ें जो है इट इज़ जस्ट अ मास्क. अभी देखिए वो पढ़ाई में अच्छा नहीं कर रहे लेकिन जब वो मोबाइल में कर जाते हैं दे आर एबल टू डू गुड, तो ये उनका मॉरल बढ़ाता है. whereas when it comes to studies ये उनका moral self esteem कम करता है because they are struggling. So understand their main problem as a child. And actually मैं बच्चों के ही point of view से आज आपसे बात कर रही हूँ जो भी है, because when I speak to them they are in lot of pain. So as a parent please go back to your child. If you are seeing your kids are on mobile phone, find a good time, talk to them what is that pain that they are trying to avoid and start working on that. The moment you fix that pain you will see you will have a better connect with your child. They will start respecting you, they will start listening to you, okay, they will start trusting you, and moreover they will become more confident in their learning journey. Okay, so with that I am ending this session. If you have any doubt I can answer it. If not, then I will end this session here. Okay, fine. So I'll end this session here. Good night, everyone, and thank you so much for your time. Okay, whatever are your takeaways, please share it in group so that it not only motivates me to take further sessions, but it will also motivate others to create an awareness and connect with their kids, understand their kids' problem as well. Yes, Archana, you want to say something? I cannot hear you. You have to unmute yourself.
It was very nice explanation. I have noted down.
Okay, you will also get recording so that you can keep noting it. So this parenting is actually a very big topic, but this problem I'm trying to explain in a very simple way. I'm so sorry that a lot of time was actually wasted, but okay.
And but for one thing is there, whatever I have found, like the main problem, ये फाउंडेशन और जो आप बात कर रहे थे ना, एज भी है. इंडिया में देयर इज नो क्राइटेरिया फॉर एज. मतलब बहुत सारे बच्चे वो छोटे होते हैं. इट क्रिएट्स प्रॉब्लम इफ वी टॉक अबाउट.
अगर मैं आपको बताऊं अगर सही माइंडसेट से और सही तरीके से अगर बच्चों को सिखाया जाए ना, तो जो चीज़ें हम फर्स्ट टू 10th स्टैंडर्ड तक सीख रहे हैं वो मैक्सिमम 3 to 4 years में सीख सकते हैं.
बिल्कुल.
ठीक है, बट प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है वो लर्निंग एंड फॉरगेटिंग वाला प्रॉब्लम है बिकॉज वी हैव नॉट स्ट्रक्चर्ड आवर सिलेबस करेक्टली. ओके, जैसे अभी मैंने ये साल अभी मैंने स्पेस के बारे में सीखा है, तो अभी ये चैप्टर या ये कॉन्सेप्ट मुझे अगले साल आएगा,
बिल्कुल.
तो तब तक फिर से मेरा फाउंडेशन चला जाता है.
राइट.
तो अगर मैं स्पेस से रिलेटेड सारे चैप्टर्स को अगर जमा कर लूँ और मैं उसको एक ही कॉन्सेप्ट में कर दूँ तो उसको मुझे 1 महीने से ज़्यादा नहीं लगेगा सीखने के लिए. बट
राइट.
और एंड व्हाट विल हैपन इज आई विल लर्न मोर.
यस.
So there are many flaws in our education system, I would agree. लेकिन we have to also accept reality कि ऐसे नहीं है कि हम आंखें बंद करके नहीं रह सकते हैं. Denial में नहीं.
All the points are valid. From where you are, ma'am?
I'm from Dombivli, Maharashtra.
Okay, right.
So
It was nice session.
thank you so much. Okay. आपको कोई
Good
डाउट
night.
है अर्चना जी?
नहीं मैम, everything is okay, clear.
Thank you so much. All right. Bye.
Bye.